Hey everybody, what's going on? It's your good guy here, Prince Onyx. Just wanted to stop in right quick. And pretty much, I was in the middle of writing my notes down. I ain't gonna bullshit y'all. I got like half the first page of the CSI Cyber notes, and I just decided, you know what? Let me go ahead and get like at least two. Maybe I can get all four of these reviews out to y'all because it's only 4 episodes so far. So let me go ahead and just do that. It's like I wrote down the character names, I wrote down the actors who are playing them, and I pretty much, it's not too much, like, for this show in particular, I wouldn't say it's too much detail, it's not too much detail where I gotta go in depth, so I figured that I can do it for you guys. If I look a little, like, off or drowsy or droughty or whatever the word is, my sinuses are kicking my ass. I've been sneezing all day, and my throat is trying it, but I got some water right here, so I will be a-okay. So let's keep it moving forward. So for episode 1, season 1, the episode is called Kidnapping 2.0, and basically the episode is about a situation dealing with hacking that involves baby monitors. Now, this is some real shit I think I heard like a few years ago. I don't know if it was back when I used to go on World Star Hip Hop or just, just being on Yahoo or something or whatever. I think there was some type of case of this actually happening in real life. I don't think it was to this extent, but, people hacking into the baby monitors, looking through the camera, basically watching your child as they sleep, But anyway, with this episode, it starts at night, exactly at 1:37 a.m. over in Baltimore, Maryland, where parents are woken up by the sound of strange voices coming from their baby monitor, and then they also hear their baby, screaming or crying for help or whatever, because the baby, basically, somebody broke into their house, picked the baby out of the carriage, showed it to the camera in the baby monitor, and there was a whole bunch of people talking in foreign languages, and then the person had just left. So, hold on, anyway. So the person had just left. And then they had woke up and ran to the room and realized that the baby wasn't there. Now, over in Washington, D.C., an hour ahead at 2:37 a.m., we have Avery Ryan, who has a PhD, so I guess you can call her Dr. Ryan or Agent Ryan, whatever. She is played by Patricia Arquette. Now, listen, I love her character on this show. Don't really like her as a person because of that speech that she gave at the Oscars, but it's just like with music, and it's just like with anything. You can love the artist and their music, just probably not them as a person. With the actors, you can love their characters, but you may not like them as a person. Hell, same with directors and screenwriters. You can like their work, but may not like them as a director or a screenwriter. So with that being said, let's keep it moving forward. So pretty much, let me turn it back on because it just went off on me. Oh shit, let me turn on the other mute. There we go, and then... Shit, hold on. Yeah, so pretty much we see her scrolling through her laptop. She's just reading all the different news articles because she works with the FBI, and they deal with the case of hacking. So she works for the FBI, and she works for a specific part of the FBI, which deals with computer cyber crimes, dealing with hacking and all that crazy shit that that you've seen in other TV shows and in movies, and with this show in particular, it's just like, even though it's kind of creepy or whatever, you can just say that you never know when this stuff could happen to you. So it's like it's kind of playing on the part that this is like some real life shit or whatever. So. On that note, it is what it is, but pretty much, let's see, what did she get? I think she had got, just reading through the characters here, hold on, let me see. Yeah, I think it was this character right here. So while she was scrolling through the internet, looking at the different stories, she had received an email message from Daniel Kermitz, who is a part of the, I'm trying to look for the word, you guys. He's a part of the branch. I'm gonna just use that. He's a part of the branch of the FBI part that she works at, the force that she works at. And he pretty much was letting her know about this case that happened over in Baltimore an hour ago about the whole kidnapping and missing persons report. She opened up the message and she got the case file on the computer and she began reading it. And yeah, she began reading it, and it had caught her eye because I don't know, it just caught her eye or whatever. I mean, it was dealing with abduction. Mind you, by the way, her character always, when she's on the computer or whatever, she always has like two, damn near three extra large Coca-Colas, and I just be thinking to myself, God damn, like all that sugar just to stay up late. But then again, officer's job is never. I don't know, y'all. I don't know where I'm going. Head is all over the place. Sinus is all fucked up. Anyway, let's keep it moving. So next we see, who is it that she is talking to? She was talking to another character. I'm trying to see if they say his name because I got the mute on where the subtitles are on, you guys. So I'm trying to see. Anyway, she's talking to one of the agents. I think it's probably Simon Siffer, whatever. I think it's him that she's talking to. But anyway, they were talking about the case, and they were talking about how baby cameras, the baby monitors were designed for the parents to look at and hear the baby if they're crying or whatever. So why is it that they were hearing foreign voices through it and stuff like that, and how it's been hacked and all this stuff, and just giving a good rundown of the case or whatever. And pretty much throughout the episode, they're pretty much trying to just look for the person or whatever. They went to Chicago at one point because pretty much they ended up finding out. Well, let me backtrack a little bit. I'm all over the place, but let me backtrack a little bit. This is just for those who watch CSI Cyber. I mean, if you don't, but you would like to, I say get into it. It's a really good show. Now, basically, while they were looking for this one child, they ended up finding out that another child had been kidnapped. And the thing is that this child's parent was contacted by the same kidnapper who kidnapped the same person who. Oh my god. Oh my god. Ooh, I'm sorry, y'all. Distraction time. Haha. Oh shit. Anyway, so yeah. So yeah, they found out that another parent was kidnapped, and hold on, they found out another child was kidnapped, and pretty much the kidnapper who was pretty much the ringleader of this whole thing. Okay, let me backtrack a little bit more. So they end up finding out that throughout the case and throughout the episode, they find out that there's a ringleader in some country, and he's running an auction, a human auction, where they are selling babies to parents from overseas who are unable to have children, and so they are auctioning off American children, and so they are going into the homes of parents, stealing the child, and then it's like yeah, pretty much they're stealing them and auctioning them off. Now the thing is, you can get your child back. In the episode, the person is basically telling people that they can get their child back if they pay a ransom. And so with the other person who got his child kidnapped, the ringleader had contacted him personally and told him, bring a ransom. God damn, just gonna fly like that, huh? Anyway, was going to, you bring a ransom or whatever. Hold on, let me think. Yeah, bring a ransom to this address. You'll get your child back. Now the thing is, I think what ended up happening is he did get his child back, or I think he got another child. But no, he got his child back, and the agents at the CSI Cyber, they thought that the child that he got back was the one from the parents over in Baltimore. So they found out that wasn't necessarily the truth. Also, as a side note, so we are also introduced to Shade Moss, aka Bow Wow's character, Brody Nelson. And okay, here's the thing with his character. His character is pretty much a black hat hacker, and those are, people who hack, illegally and cause crimes and all that stuff, blah, 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 blah. He was on his way to jail because they had finally caught his ass, but the judge told him basically they cut a deal. If you work for this branch of the FBI, and you help them catch people who are doing the same thing that you're doing, but they are way more twisted and psychotic, more crazy, and more twisted than you. If you help the FBI capture and apprehend these people or whatever, if you basically work here, you're not going to go to jail. So pretty much it's like a deal, you work for us, there you have it. So there's the stereotype in his character a little bit because he was a criminal turned agent. So there's where that whole thing is, relating it back to that video I made when he talked about Empire and the stereotypical roles, blah, blah, blah. Another story for another time, which is actually on my YouTube channel. Check that out. So anyway, yeah, so we were introduced to his character or whatever, and he pretty much helps them out with the stuff that they're going through. Also, as another side note, I think, Daniel Kermit's, he is very rude to Brody. Bow Wow's character. He is very rude to him in like the first couple of episodes, and it was just like, at first I was just like, damn, okay, like you treating him like he's like a scum, like a bum. Like, I mean, okay, he was a hacker, now a former hacker. He's working with the good guys, which is y'all, but he's like the only one that was really throwing shade at him, and it was just like, damn, like, you fat, overweight, damn, Pillsbury Doughboy looking motherfucker. But anyway, it's just the way that he was treating Brody. I was just like, damn, like, that's just rude as hell. But anyway, so what had ended up happening was they found out that the child who was kidnapped from the parents in Baltimore, they found out who the two kidnappers were. They had, approached them, and the kidnappers were coming out of this diner. Now, when they had approached them and they were about to arrest them, it was a couple, a man and a woman. So what they didn't know was that there was an assassin all the way over here in like the mountains or whatever, like the rocky road. Not really the mountain, but like up on a hill, on a dirt road or whatever. So, because it was like a little wooden area that they were in or whatever. So the trees kind of hid the assassin who was hired by the ringleader. Basically, if the kidnappers were to snitch, any of them, because this couple, they weren't the only ones, but if any kidnappers were to snitch to the cops or whatever, they get shot. Of course, they get taken out. So while they were arresting this couple who had kidnapped the child, or I think they had kidnapped the other child, they had basically, first the woman got shot, and then the guy, her boyfriend who was in handcuffs, he was like, oh, why did she get shot, man? I think because he was like high off of some shit, and he just, he was all over the place, I think. I think they were both high. He was all over the place. He was like, why did she get shot, man? And then he got shot once. I think he got shot once in the chest, and then she got shot in the chest too, right here where the heart is. So they both got shot, a heart shot, bam, 2 times, bam, bam. Anyway, they both got shot. And then it was just like they followed the assassin. They, pretty much tackled his ass and killed his ass. So we ain't got to worry about him no more. And then, let's see, I think later on, I know I'm all over the place. And as I said, it's not really too much detail, y'all, but, follow along with me. So, pretty much, they, as I said, they had went to Chicago, and they were pretty much they went to some business office where they, like, I think, headquarters of the baby monitor making place or whatever, and they were talking to the guy about the system. Yeah, this was Daniel Kermit's. He was talking to the guy about the system and, have they checked for glitches and, easy access and backdoors and firewalls and all this stuff. And the guy was just like, no, this and that, and, oh, we never installed any security-ware or any firewalls. And Daniel he was pissed because it was just like, damn, like, this is how people can hack into your shit. They can hack into your system and do this type of shit that they're doing. And so he had reached out, called Ryan, and let her know what happened. And so they just, it was pretty much let the ball roll in. It's okay, fast time, we got to get this going. Da-da-da-da-da. So pretty much they end up finding out that the baby that was stolen from the parents in Baltimore, they end up finding out that the child is pretty much on his way. I think it was either to New Mexico or Canada. Either way, okay, yeah, my bad. I was reading the side notes. Side notes. So, okay, yeah, side notes. So, Avery Ryan is also her. Well, you refer to her as Special Agent Avery Ryan, or Special Agent Ryan, whatever. Anyway, so yeah, they found out that the kid was on his way to Canada or not New Mexico, either Canada or Mexico. But let's backtrack a little further. So with the whole hacking incident of the baby monitors, we then find out that the parents, they have a neighbor next door or across the street. Across the street, yes, across the street. And so what ended up happening was the neighbor's kids, he pretty much had what happened is because he was cooperating with the police, somehow the ringleader found out, and the ringleader basically, you know, hacked into this little boy's PlayStation. I think it was a PS3 or a PS4. He hacked into his video game system while he was playing, and he had sent him some anonymous message or whatever, talking about open this video, do it, or your parents died, or your mom died, or some shit. And the boy had looked outside because I think his parents was outside, and it was just like, you know, nobody else is in the house with him. So he just, you know, of course, you just like, wait a minute, what the fuck is this? So when he opened the video, it was the kid's baby, and the baby was, he was on like some type of slab or table, just whining and crying, and the ringleader was talking in this dark, deep voice, you know, one of them scary voices where, you know, if you know, basically the person was masking his voice, and it's like, you know, some threatening dark shit, like, you know, the shit that you hear on those conspiracy videos on YouTube. Another story for another day. Anyway, so, okay, I'm sorry, y'all. Another side note. So the parents, their last name is Reynolds, Reynolds, Reynolds. There you go. So the Reynolds, Mr. and Mrs. Reynolds, you know, they are pretty much crying, and they are in desperate need to find their son because time is running out. And so once they get that whole, once they got the video and they saw what was going on, they tracked it. They, you know, did all this tracking and cross-referencing. This is where Brody Nelson, you know, Bow Wow's character, and Raven Ramirez, this is where the both of them came in, along with Daniel Kermit's, that motherfucker. Anyway, this is where they all came in and just, you know, where they were at the headquarters trying to, you know, locate where they are, where the kidnappers are, because again, as I said, there were more than just that one couple that were in the midst of getting arrested, and they both got shot. So there was another couple, and they are the ones who had the kid. And let me see, I think I want to say they were heading to Mexico, but then again, I want to say either Mexico or they were heading to Canada. Either or, they were trying to leave the country, and they were actually heading to the airport. There we go. They were heading to the airport, which was either going to Mexico or going to Canada. So the police ended up finding them, and these dumb motherfuckers, because they were in such a, once they found out the police were on their trail, and they were in a panic and a rush, these dumb motherfuckers pretty much drove the car into this little river, into this little, like, not really a river, I think a lake. Yeah, I want to say a lake, or because a pond is really small, or depending on where you are. So a lake slash pond, whatever. You know, y'all can tell me which one is bigger. Anyway, so they ended up driving the car into there, crashed the damn car, and I think they ended up dying on impact. And the kid, the baby boy, was still alive, but he, you know, had sort of took in a little bit of water and was drowning. So Special Agent Ryan, she had dived in there, picked him up and saved him, and, you know, she performed CPR on the baby, you know, like the way you're supposed to perform it on a child. And then the baby woke up, because the baby came out the water and was damn near looking blue, and I was just like, oh Lord, please tell me they ain't finna lose their child, and you just found their child, and goddamn, I was worried. But, you know, long story short, they ended up saving the baby, and I think that they did end up apprehending the ringleader or whatever. I think that they did end up apprehending him. So yeah, I think they did end up apprehending him, and yeah, that was about it really for the episode. Like, again, you know, with this show, it's not too much detail. It's just like, you know, of course, when the crime happens, of course, they, you know, do what cops do. They go around asking questions and, you know, checking with the family, the parents, the friends, checking, you know, whatever, depending on the case, they check with the people, the survivors, in case it was an incident, which has happened in 2 episodes, where 2 separate people hacked into 2 different things and caused incidents. Well, no, Yeah, yeah. Well, no, it was just one guy who was hacking into multiple things, causing incidents, which I think is a part of the second episode. So, yeah, it was a part of the second episode. Yeah. So, but yeah, as I was saying, a side note, because I'm watching the episode right now, because I finished my review before that or whatever. But yeah, so pretty much, so pretty much Daniel Kermit's, he just, at first, he just really comes off as an asshole to Brody, but it's like, I think it was the fourth episode where we found out a little bit more about Daniel and his past or whatever, so it was very touching and very sad, so, you sort of felt for the guy, even though he still can be an asshole regardless, but, his character, it is what it is, I'm sure that, well, of course, that's not him in real life, the person. This is just the character that he plays. But he is such an asshole, though. It's like he thinks that just because he has more experience and because I would say he's a good guy hacker, and Brody is the bad guy hacker. But now that Brody is with working with the good guys, I guess Daniel feels like he's trying to, come in on his turf or whatever. He's trying to, take over his turf and he's trying to protect it, whatever. But also, Raven Ramirez, she herself was a former black hat hacker. So I'm wondering, was he like this towards her? Because Brody and Raven, they have a great friendship. So you know what I'm saying? They have a great friendship. Well, they have not a great friendship, but they have a decent, good, friendship at work. And I guess you could say outside of work, whatever. But it's just with Daniel, it just seems like he treats Brody so bad, and it's just like, why? You know what I'm saying? Like, Chad, I doubt it would be because he's black. If that was the case, well, damn, damn, can the black man catch a break? I'm just saying. But anyway, shit, that's about it, really. So tell me what you guys think, for those of y'all that do watch CSI Cyber, who may be new to my channel, and those of you all who don't, will you be interested in watching it? Trust me, y'all, the reviews will get better. I'm just trying to shelve these out to you guys so I can get this one show out of the way, because I'm debating on reviewing like 3, almost 4 shows, but I don't want to overpack myself and overwhelm myself. So, if anything, I'll probably just do 2 shows for now, because y'all know the new show Wayward Pines is coming on next month. That's the show with Terrence Howard, and so I'm going to have to review that as well. Ooh, Lord, child, be with me. Lord, give me strength. But anyway, I will see you guys in a little bit. About to start up the next episode, about to take down my notes halfway, of course, and then bam, go ahead and give it, about to start up my notes, and then bam, there you go. So, I will see you guys a little later. Bye. Peace. This has been another Prince Onyx production.